pretty exciting. So I'm between everyone in the bar. That's good. So again, my name is Ellen Stafford, and I'm up here to talk to you guys about using video to boost your sales pipeline. So again, this is probably new to a lot of you. Please have some questions for me at the end. If not, you can come see me at the booth during the bar hour. So a bit of background on myself, Ellen Stafford. I'm a business development manager at Vidyard. As a business development manager, I manage a team of outbound reps, so they're cold prospecting into organizations. So Vidyard is a SaaS company. We're based out of Kitchener, Ontario, which is a technology hub in Canada. We are a video platform for businesses. This is obviously why I'm passionate about this topic, and it's something that my team lives and breathes every single day. So I'm going to start things off with a question to the audience here. So when it comes to video, who wants to wager a guess as to what this number means? Anybody? It's huge. It's a huge number, 20 billion. YouTube views? So it's video views online every single day. So that's not just YouTube. So what this is telling us is audience are craving video. So if you think back, when's the last time you watched a video? I imagine it was today. Maybe it was on your break scrolling through your social media. So consider that. So we think that we might consider that video is kind of at its peak, but what we're actually seeing is it's a mega trend. So Mark Zuckerberg actually said recently that video is going to be as big of a shift in the way we share and communicate as mobile has been. So people are using video to communicate with their audiences. We've talked a little bit about Gary Vee today. So Gary Vee is actually an individual who's built his brand online using video. So he actually says that video is the #1 way to capture the audience, to capture the attention of your audience. So that's important. Obviously, capturing your audience's attention is very important. And in today's digital world, it's become increasingly more difficult. Marketers understand this and have aggressively adopted video over the last several years. At last year's Inbound conference, Brian Halligan from HubSpot actually said, stop looking for that blogger, start looking for a videographer. That 50% of your content this year as a marketer should be video. So not only are they understanding that it's challenging to capture your audience's attention and that video does that really well, they're seeing results as well. So 71% of marketers say that video converts better than any other content that they're using. They're seeing much higher click-through rates on any of their email communications, and that's driving their buyers to spend on average 2 minutes longer on their web pages. So 2 minutes might not seem like a significant amount of time, but 2 minutes, that's 2 minutes that they're spending on your websites educating themselves on your solution. So it's not only marketers that are using video and reporting great results. Salespeople are reporting some amazing response rates as well. Now, it's not just about volume here. I can send out 1,000 of really crappy emails and probably get this kind of response rates with unsubscribe, take me off your list. But we're seeing overwhelmingly positive responses. So this is just a couple that I've collected from my team recently. So again, I'm an outbound team, and we're getting emails like, I'm going to call you, getting inbound calls on our outbound prospecting. So why is it working? So I'm going to get kind of corny here for a minute. But what video does is it engages our mind and it touches our hearts. So it speaks to us in both an emotional and a logical way, sort of our left brain and our right brain. So if you think of a picture is worth 1,000 words, what is a video worth? So our friends at Forrester say a video is worth 1.8 million words, which is, again, a crazy high number. So it gives us the feel. So if you think back to that video you watched probably in the last 24 hours, maybe today, what did it make you feel? Was it provoking? Did it teach you something? Did it make you angry? So we know that 20 billion video views are happening online every day. We know that sales and marketing is seeing results from this and that audiences are craving video. So why are less than 1 in 3 sales teams actually using video today in their process? So this is the state of sales today. You guys all know this. Your prospects are receiving 80 to 100 emails, business emails every day, some from your competitors. These are our competitors at Vidyard. So you guys have seen this image. And these. Because we're not just competing against other video platforms. We're competing for attention. We're competing for budget. So you guys all know that capturing and retaining attention is really, really difficult. So if you think, what's happening, and we talked about this a lot today, automation and fake personalization has made it way too easy to kind of sit back and hit send on templates. you can send out thousands of emails and hope for that sliver of conversion to come back. So what I want to do is challenge you guys to boost your sales development with video and sell like a human. So David Cancel just said, people buy from people. So why not put yourself up on camera, create a 30 to 60-second video, and talk directly to your prospect? So what I'm not up here saying cold calling is dead, only use video. So what video actually does is it enhances the channels that you're already using. So whether that's warming up a cold call, or getting an email responded to, or building a personal connection on social, we're adding video within all of these steps. Because if you think about it again, what would you rather receive? And you probably have something like this in your inbox today, or this. So this is what my team is sending out today. So that's my epic build-up on why video. So I want to talk to you guys a little bit about how you can actually use video in your process. So that could be screen share videos, that could be webcam videos, or sending out content that your marketing team already has. So we help a lot of organizations use video throughout the sales process, but of course we want to focus specifically on sales development today and how we're using it in our prospecting efforts. So this is a sample cadence of what we're doing today at Vidyard. So a couple of things to note here. So again, we're not replacing any of those channels that already exist. What we're doing is we're adding video strategically within those steps to, again, talk directly to our prospects and let them know that we're a human that's trying to sell to them, build that trust with them. We add them strategically in, and you'll notice we add them in typically around the front end of our cadence, because video converts higher than anything else we're doing. So we want to do that early so we can avoid doing the later steps in our cadence, making our reps a lot more efficient, converting those prospects very early on. So John Barrows talked about this today, and we actually follow this as well. We tier our accounts. We go after quantity, quality, and then we do some practice prospecting when people are getting started in those lower tier accounts for us. So the first video I want to talk to you guys about is hyper-personalized videos. So we're doing our research, and this is a one-to-one video. And what we're trying to do is build familiarity and speak directly to our prospects there. So it might look something like this, and we're usually doing this with the webcam video, or sorry, the webcam selfie video. And this is a sample email that we might send. So we're adding in some level of attention grabber or value driver to sort of drive the click to that thumbnail there. And what we're doing in our messaging is this why you, why now messaging, making it all about the prospect and showing that we're doing research on them. Again, this is hyper-personalized for our top-end accounts and typically our top-end personas at that account. The second type of video here is an account-based video. So we're doing this for our one-to-many approach, where we're using one video across multiple recipients, and we use it to target an organization. So there's a high likelihood you're reaching out to more than one person at a company when you're prospecting, those in the room. So you can actually create this video, again, for an entire organization. Or if you're like us at Vidyard, we actually go after multiple personas within an organization, whether that's marketing, sales, or internal communications. So we'll create 3 separate videos and send them out to our prospects there. For this, what we're typically doing is the screen share video. So it's that show, not tell mentality. We're actually highlighting something on their website. So we're a video platform. We might go to their resources page and show them some of the things we're seeing. We might go to an article that's on LinkedIn about one of their executives talking about an initiative that they're running, and we'll send the video out this way. Next is follow-up video. So after a call happens with your SDR team, are they sending out a really long email summarizing what was discussed? Here's how our solution fits in, and a bunch of attachments around resources that you think they should have. So what we're doing with that is video, of course. So we're summarizing that call. We're attaching videos that already exist from our marketing team, like micro demos, customer testimonials. On a lot of those calls, we're not necessarily speaking with the decision makers, so they might need to send that message around internally. So we're avoiding that broken telephone, and we're actually having that message be delivered directly from us in our own words. And the last one I wanted to highlight for you guys is the idea of the handoff video. Or this could be an intro video. So we do this for executive sponsors, or if there's a mutual connection on LinkedIn. So potentially someone on your team knows the individual that you're going after. That face, that familiarity again, can drive the click and get your message across. But when it comes to the handoff video, a lot of that, I'm sure you've experienced it, the handoff can be a pretty awkward moment in the process if you're doing an SDR to account executive handoff. So you can actually introduce this other member of the team through video, where that momentum continues. Something we've actually started to do recently, there is always that handoff issue internally as well. Maybe the account executive didn't read all the notes. So we're sending video internally to kind of recap what's happening, so they're not missing a step in terms of what was discussed, and the same questions aren't being asked to the prospect again and again. So there's a couple of things to keep in mind when using video, because again, this is probably a new concept for a lot of you. And the three things I wanted to highlight was the thumbnail, the tone and your body language on video, and then the idea of authenticity. So first, the thumbnail. So just like a subject line will drive the open of your email, the thumbnail can drive that click to get your message across. So little things like making sure there's good lighting. It shouldn't say good lighting, maybe it says a name there on the whiteboard, so maybe make sure it feels personalized to them, so we use whiteboards to do that. We've seen some pretty creative things. Make it engaging, and then make it creative. So actually one of our customer success managers is a magician on the side, so he does a lot of these like tricks and things in his thumbnails. But being creative with it is huge. During March Madness, we were doing like slam dunks in the thumbnail and stuff like that, because it really shows them again that you're human, builds that trust. The next thing is body language and tone. So the science of communication, the ability to be trusted, comes a lot, or the majority of it comes from body language and our tone. So when you're using email, you're just getting the words across, you're just using one. On the phone, you can use two. But when it comes to video, your body language is also there to help you communicate. So you do want to consider that. Are you slouching and like leaning on the table, or are you leaning in and smiling to your prospects? And the last one is authenticity. So just like when someone's reading a phone script when they cold call you, you can tell. It feels very templated, it feels very robotic. So maybe as you're getting started with video, you use a script just to get yourself comfortable with the messaging that you want to use. But after someone onboards with Vidyard, we tell them that you can't use a script, you just got to be yourself. So even if you mess up, like if you sneeze in the video, if you start coughing, like that tells the prospect that you're human. They know that they can trust you. This is a real person that's reaching out to them. So what if they watch your video? What if you guys are all inspired and you go out and start sending videos and you get someone to actually watch it? What happens then? So if your reps are sending maybe white papers today or hyperlinks, you might know that they clicked on it, but you'll never know that they actually read it and received the whole message. That's totally different with video. You'll actually have that level of insight. So what we do is we actually give you emails saying that the prospect watched this specific percentage. So pick up the phone and talk to them right away. They just engaged with your entire message. So you get insights into who watched, how much they watched, and all of that information. So from an efficiency standpoint, you're going to prioritize the leads who are actually leaning into your message. It's also really great on the training and messaging side. So if you split test different messages with your video, you're probably doing this today with email, you'll know which message is actually resonating with what audience. So I wanted to highlight some of the objections that we hear or that managers hear from their reps when they want to get video adopted internally. So the first one is that video is hard and video takes too long. So video is not hard anymore. There are great technologies out there today that can enable you to make this really, really simple, that allow you to create video and send video seamlessly through any of your solutions, whether that's an email solution or a cadence solution. The tracking all ties back to CRM systems as well, so you can see what leads are actually watching your content. The other one is I'm not good on camera, I'm not comfortable on camera. So if you think back to your first cold call, like didn't that feel awkward? Wasn't that uncomfortable? So if you can relate to it in that way, usually it becomes a lot less difficult and a lot less intimidating. And with cold calling, the second you get your first win, you're all in most cases, or that's what it was like for me. So in that case, once the needle starts moving, people start to adopt it. The other one I heard today during one of the breaks was deliverability, concerns around deliverability. So how this technology works is we actually put a thumbnail image, which is hyperlinked to the video. So it's the same level of deliverability if you're using a hyperlink in any of your emails. if they're blocking images from being received, they'll just see the hyperlink, so it'll still be delivered through. So again, I've inspired you, and you all want to go back to your teams and roll out video. So I wanted to highlight a couple of things that you can do and what a lot of our customers are doing to get video rolled out in their organizations. So first is team buy-in, so trying to communicate why video works. So this one's actually pretty easy, because if you consider it, you're watching video all day, every day. So they'll usually be able to relate to that and understand that this is going to work for their prospects. Creating and sending videos internally is a great way, again, to get yourself comfortable with the idea of using video. So we do pitch certifications and things like that using video. Or myself as a manager, I'll send them videos, and they'll send me back for different ideas. Video certification, so Pitch Perfect. Again, I mentioned that. One of our customers created a gold standard video and had their team kind of replicate that back until they felt comfortable with the messaging. So track, measuring, and reiterating. So on the tracking side, you know your audience better than anyone else. What's working for your audience? Use the data to understand what message is actually resonating with the different personas that you're communicating with. And lastly, ongoing video coaching. So just like you're doing call coaching today or messaging coaching with your emails potentially, video coaching is just as effective. You have that recording there available for you, so you can continue to do this as another medium. So again, I encourage you guys to come by. If you want to see one of these videos in action, we're happy to send one to you. You might have already got one from my team recently. So I wanted to spend any time you guys had for questions. Awesome, you're all bought in. All right, thanks. Yeah, sure.
So what about, when you talk about persona, you name copies and this.
Yeah.
So different individuals may not receive video very well.
Yeah.
So for us in sales, we probably like it, fine, marketing, fine, but what about IT?
Yeah.
DevOps, finance, controllers, CFOs, that sort of thing.
Yeah, so as individuals, typically those same personas are seeing videos in their personal lives. So it could be a concern for you, but in practice, we haven't seen that many issues with it. We say that you should diversify in terms of the channels that you reach out to them, because everybody wants to be communicated to a little different. Send videos on LinkedIn, drive them through email as well. One thing we found works really well for it, so video is a great way to communicate a fairly complex message. So if you are reaching out to those level of personas, you can speak about your solution instead of writing like a longer email. So we found that to be a really great way to kind of speak about that, and it helps those individuals selling to those personas understand that this is going to work for us. So we've seen some pretty good results in almost every industry.
On average, how many videos are your reps sending out?
That's a great question. Jarrett, how many videos are you sending every day?
25 to 30.
Yeah. So it's actually, in some cases, faster to create a video than it is to draft an email, because you can tell a story in 30 seconds versus how long does it take you to write an email and how long is that email, right? So if you didn't hear, you said, what, 25 to 30? Yeah.
What's the conversion on that?
So 8x is what we're seeing on average from our customers reporting, and we're actually tracking all of this stuff. We're seeing that kind of number internally as well. It is really new, which is great, and we want to make sure that we're hitting all these channels, and we're doing it now. And then Giphies is fairly new as well, so getting the engagement from the thumbnail. So we're always trying new things in terms of how we're delivering the message and how it's coming across. Okay, great. Oh, sorry.
Do you complement kind of the one-off custom videos with videos produced by like a videography department?
Not typically on that first touch, but when we're doing the follow-up emails, we'll add the selfie video first before we add the context, or sorry, the other canned videos from our marketing team. So the idea there is to provide content or context to the content that we're sharing. So hey, I wanted to send you this video, this is the reason why, versus just dropping a video into their inbox. So for that first touch one, we want to keep it really short because those are cold in most cases. So it's like 30 seconds, why you, why now kind of messaging. All right, thanks everybody. Yes, sorry. Sure.
What do you feel is a good headline for emails when it comes to adding video?
For subject lines? So I will echo what John Barrow said, because it's so difficult to tell what's going to work and what isn't. If you have subject lines that are working well for you today, like stick to those. We have seen, we have some data on using video actually increases using video in the subject line actually increases the click-through rate, but more and more people are doing that, so it tends to kind of slow down in terms of its conversion. So it's always about making it personal, making it short. I echo again what the individual from Topo said, because it's being creative with that is what gets the open, and keeping it short.
Two questions. First is the difference between, let's say, an existing relationship and nurturing, and your prospectors use it
Yeah.
as a way to get them engaged. And the second is, you didn't say anything about explainer videos.
Gotcha, yeah. So the first question there was, is it a relationship-based sale or are you going after someone cold? So video works in both. I was specifically focusing on like that prospecting stage in the funnel. But when it comes to that one-to-one, like building or continuing on a relationship, sending happy birthday messages or whatever it might be to keep that relationship going, video works just as well. It's the same idea, like it's more engaging than anything else that you're sending potentially. And your second question, explainer videos? So those walkthrough screen grab videos, you can create them as explainer videos, or if you have canned content already, you can share it through. So again, focusing on the one side, but there's so many creative ways to use video. We're seeing our account executives create proposal videos instead of sending a proposal, because then they know the prospect has actually consumed all the details of the proposal. So we're seeing more from our customers, like creative ways that we're adopting. All right, thank you.
All right, thanks a lot.